My name is Cindy Goncalves. I am a Portuguese-American queer woman, and a lot of my poetry centers around that. Conversas com a avó, a queer's prayer. Sabes, filha, antigamente we only had two pairs of shoes. One for work and one for church. And even though our work shoes had more holes than soul, our church shoes could walk our souls straight to the Holy Ghost. We weren't educated, mas a nossa fé was all the certainty we needed. And it was that simple. As long as rosary beads wrapped around her fingertips every night. Só Deus é que sabe, filha. Only God knows. But, avó, does your God know the things that keep people like me up at night? Does he know why clocks can have hands but not middle fingers? Does he know that of the 12 children you baptized, not one stayed with you long enough to hear your brittle bones sing operas? Does he know that sometimes you wish you meant as much to him as he means to you? Does he know I hear him every time my lover speaks, that he sounds like a woman and his voice kind of turns me on? Actually, have we confirmed your God's gender pronouns, or have we really accepted that he created the clit? Also, does your God really hate fags? And has he told you why he seems to be completely over the one nation under him, completely divisible with liberty and justice for all rich, white, cishet, able-bodied, documented Christian men? Do my stretch marks make your God jealous? Does he make lightning so powerful because of them? Does he know that I cringe at the thought of prayer and that I only served as an altar kid so I could sit next to the prettiest girl in CCD? Doesn't he feel bad when people thank him for things they did themselves? I graduated with honors while he was off giving 4-year-olds leukemia, and don't tell me that it was part of his plan, because even the devil isn't that cruel. Your God thinks I can't be my own God, and my God knows he's wrong. This poem is for my parents. My mother's name is Maria. She cleans the houses of rich white politicians and their moody teenage daughters. My father's name is José. He builds the big, beautiful homes he imagined would be his by now. Together, they understand 70% of the English language and can turn to all 3 of the Spanish and all 9 of the Portuguese channels without looking at the remote. From a small village of poverty and modesty, leaving all that they knew for a life that had only heard tales about, home became an unknown territory fenced in by the only word they knew had the same meaning in both languages: illegal. Native to naive, working long hours without the elaborate family lunches they were used to, finding a grocery store that sold fresh goat meat for Easter Sunday, sending home videos across the world to show their mothers and fathers the grandchildren they would never meet. Our mouths became stiff with unrolled R's until my mother's tongue, pruned by cod and chestnut, pleaded, "Speak Portuguese. We don't understand, and we want to laugh too." Our parents were tired of being outsiders, 3 decades of putting pastéis nata next to the apple pie at a Thanksgiving without turkey. They are tired of looking through the windows of a place they gave everything to stay in. My father knows more about American politics than I do. He speaks to me about rights because he knows I am the only one that really has them. In the 2012 presidential election, my father scolded me with silence for not voting. His dead stare grabbed my privilege by the white collar, yelled, "I wish I had even just the option to not vote." My father knows the first 3 words of the preamble are bigger than the others for a reason. We, the people, nós também, us too.